My name is Rory Houlihan. I ran for U.S. Senate last spring, 2016, to stop the ticking time bomb so I could put our economy on track for a bright new day. Instead of all things ending, well, I lost the election, not running yet, but the ticking time bombs are still here, if not more so. Let me educate you on the ticking time bombs and give you the rest of the story. Part 1, N, L, continuation of Lucius Quintus Cincinnatus Lamar, a most unlikely liberal. Even though Barack Obama's mom was a white woman from our farmland, because his father was black, there were some that hated the idea of any black man, even one brought up in white society, being president, and let's be honest, of a black man fathering a mixed child. The election of Barack Obama was a huge plum, though, for our country's diverse image. A real boom to our business community. When due to a recession, our business community really needed to trade outside our country to survive. I remember the dark days of January 2009, driving around in my very old, foot in the grave 2000 Ford minivan to our industrial section with information about the State Department's new business opportunities in Africa opened up by the Obama administration. I remember weeks later having men coming to my store wearing three-piece suits to shake my hand and thank me for saving their businesses, just as their businesses received the needed money from those new government-provided programs. Do you think, I hope you fail, Mitch McConnell was going to do that? I also remember standing in the aisles of our store, waiting for customers to come by to make sure that they got everything they needed to keep our own stores doors open. The local businesses that were saved and the jobs that were saved by the Obama administration being welcomed into Africa, being of his father's ties to Africa, were not much talked about in the conservatively funded media, but thanks to me driving around our industrial section with this information, I was able to save a few local businesses and the jobs they offered. And let's be honest, to mostly white folks here, let me tell you another story. I don't remember the particulars, but I was invited to check out a Mexico delegation to Kentucky. They were in a big box retailer. Well, the delegation was walking around and seeing Hispanic shoppers. The delegation asked Hispanic shoppers, "Do you receive any help here, Carried?" "Nada," was their reply. "Are there any Hispanic workers here?" "Nada." Then they went over to the aisles and started looking for made in Mexico products. "Nada." "China." "Nada, nada, nada." "Totalmente China." All China. Now, this company was in the process of negotiating with Mexico to expand into the Mexican market. Is that a good first impression? You think? Understand, China has been following a soft power, non-military expansion model for years and is seen as less threatening. All the while, we have had a police action after police action and are seen far more threatening. China has more people than us and thus feels more pressure to feed more mouths. China has more billionaires than we do, so they are just as wealthy. China's retailers are just as big as ours. Amazon, our largest retailer, is actually smaller and in less countries than Alibaba. Walmart are large. My sister lived in China and taught English in China, so I know from her that the Chinese stores are even larger than ours. Our U.S. businesses are in competition with other countries across the world. And the last thing these companies need is photos of these statues of great Southern heroes being used to arouse anti-American sentiment across the world. This is the end of 1N/L, the continuation of Lucius, Quintus, Cincinnatus, Lamar, a most unlikely liberal. If you like what you hear, would you do me a favor and subscribe to my Rory for Us YouTube channel? You have a good and blessed day, folks. If I can ever get this thing to... I love bright days. Shut